All right, we are on day 2 and day 3. On day 2 and 3, you write a rough draft. Try to do a lot of work on day 2 and then only do some of the work left over on day 3. This video is longer because it counts for 2 days. Go down to the start menu, put your mouse on top of Word, and then open up your game outline. Okay, so I chose Apples to Apples. Press enter until your outline stuff goes away. I'm going to press tab to start my new paragraph. And I'm just going to start with the word first. I can choose a different word later. Or maybe I should introduce the actual game. Apples to Apples is an extremely fun game where people play cards together. Not your normal it is not your normal card game, though, period. First, you need to have the right amount of players. The minimum amount of players is 3, but a game with only 3 players is boring, period. Don't say kind of, it makes you sound weak. Just say boring. The best type of apples to apples game is when you have 6 or more players. You will find out why as you continue reading, period. The type of player is important as well, period. A great apples to apples player is funny, smart, and observant. Done with the first paragraph. Cross it off. Click the cross off button. Good. And I do want to Google search something too before I continue. I'm going to do Google.com. And I'd like to Google search apples to apples so I remember the right colors of the cards. Images. Be extremely patient. There we go. So the red cards are nouns and the green cards are adjectives. Got it. Back to the story. Now press enter and then tab to start your new paragraph. We've got next, cards, number of cards, difference between the cards. Every player starts out with the same amount of green cards. The rules say to start with 5, but if you are among friends, agree to start with any amount of green cards. These particular cards have adjectives on them, adjectives on them. They range from simple. The adjectives can be pretty or ugly or even slimy. It is a big collection of these types of words. There are also red cards. These particular cards have nouns on them. Nouns could be famous people, famous locations, or even simple things like a couch. Okay, so number of cards, difference between the cards. I think I covered that. Highlight it and cross it off with a cross off button. Next we have how to play. Press enter and tab to start the paragraph. This paragraph needs me to hit the tab key on my keyboard, so it'll scoot over. There we go. How to play. Take turns, put down one card, put down the one you think, person chooses. Okay, so to begin with, a group picks one person to start. That player, that person flips over one red card. Every other player, every other person looks through their green adjective card. If you ever make a mistake, here's a trick. Like this was a mistake, the mouse went up in the other line. Hold down the control key and press the Z button one time, and then it undoes the mistake. Okay, so back to where we were. Every other person looks through their green adjective cards. They are trying to find the perfect card to match that noun card. For example, comma. Let's see. If I flipped a card with Jesse Ventura on it, you might put down a card like smart, strong, or flamboyant. These are all words that could describe that person. Once all the players put down an adjective card, comma, hidden, comma, they are, the person who is first will flip them over and decide which adjective is the most fitting for the noun. It is solely their decision. If another player disagrees, that does not matter. Okay, so I've explained that. Now I'm itching to talk about the tips because the tips fit in nicely with this. So press enter and then tab. Here's the important part to remember, comma. If you know the players at the table closely, comma, you will do well, period. Back to the Jesse Ventura example. I have always loved watching professional wrestling, period. Jesse Ventura is a former professional wrestler. I love him. If you were to put down the card that said extraordinary or fantastic, I am more apt to pick your card. People who put down the card silly or dumb would not get picked by me. The object of the game is to select the most, is to be the person who has their green, comma, adjective cards picked the most. If you do, you win. Strategy is important, and knowing the other players helps immensely. Immensely. Period. Some players like real answers, and others prefer you to put down a really funny green, comma, adjective card. The funnier, the better. The most important advice that one could give for this game, though, is to have fun! Exclamation point. Apples to Apples is a great party game that can provide hours of entertainment, period. Good. So this is the rough draft. I'm not going to bug with it. I'm just going to leave it the way I have it and come back tomorrow, day 4, and edit it. Come to the top, click File, Save As, click Computer. If it's not clicked, click Essays. And we're going to double click on the outline word, highlight it, and instead of outline, we call this rough draft. Click Save. Let's see here. Where are we? There we are. Go to the very, very bottom, click Add Submission. Go to the very, very bottom, click the plus file button, browse for your file. We're going to click on Game Rough Draft, click Open, and then Upload. Once you've uploaded it, you'll see a picture of the file. Once you see the picture of the file, click Save Changes. There we go.